Hi everyone, this is Key. This video is for you, the brokers, managers, and administrators of the office, in which I'm going to share with you the summer 10-week training program. Production, production, production. That is the bottom line of real estate. And the summer program starts in about 5 to 6 weeks. And I wanted to record this video and give you a sense of it, explain how it works, because this is a whole office thing. That means it's a flat fee for the whole office, but also how to make it work within the confines of your agents, the different types of agents you have in your office, and who can benefit from it. I'm also going to be doing a video similar to this one, targeted to the agent, so that the agents can know why should they do this? What's the benefit? But again, the bottom line of the 10-week training program is getting more sales, getting more production. And one of the challenges we have in our industry, sometimes, not always, there's some agents who are doing really well, but some of the challenges is some of our agents are waiting for business to happen rather than learning how to become prospectors. So let me explain the program for you. Most of you are exit brokers, managers, franchisees, administrator. You probably know who I am. I'm a mindset trainer with Exit. My job is to focus on production. I do I nudge agents out of their comfort zone to get better at asking for business, learn how to overcome the fear of rejection, and learn how to be more proactive about their business rather than reactive. That's a summation of what I do. Most of you know me. Most of you know me through Exit. Some of you probably go to the resource center and see my videos there. So I'm going to skip this video slide for now. But here's what I'd like you to do. Take either a picture of this QR code with your phone or type in that URL, bit.ly/10WTSU23. That URL will take you to a page that has everything in it. It has the registration form, it has additional videos, it has the handout, which I'll show you in a second. It has the flyer, it has the pledge, which I'll talk about in a second. It has the details. So everything you need about this program in one place. You have to go to write it in the URL, and you will notice that in every slide, some top left, the URL will be there. So at any point, you can pause this video and visit that URL. So what does the URL look like? So at first, let me show you. And I'm always updating it, of course, to give you the details. Basically, it is this page right here. It is the summer 10-week program. It just basically has a banner. It has the video that you're watching right now. It has the flyer, which I will be showing you in a second. There it is. This is the flyer of the actual program itself, so that you can understand it's a flat fee, the different classes. This is just a one-pager. Of course, I have more details. It has, of course, the calendar of event. Remember, it's about 3-month program. It has the participation pledge. It has the registration form. It has information about me. Most of you know who I am. That's what the page looks like. Most of you are familiar with that. But let me explain the program. So first thing I want you to know is I actually have 2 10-week training programs, and I run them back to back. So right now I'm in the spring 10-week program. And then there is what's called the summer 10-week program. The two programs, even though they call the 10-week program, they have two different sets of topics. So in essence, I have some brokers I work with who actually run my program back to back because they're always adding agents. And the program that follows the one they're in is always different. So there's 10 sessions for one type of program, and there's another totally 10 different session, same spirit, same ideas. What I mean, some ideas, the methodology of how I teach is the same. I'm a big believer in accountability. I believe our agents do better when they report their numbers or when they have a success partner or an accountability partner. They do better that way. When agents are isolated, they tend to get into a cocoon, and if they have one bad deal happen to them, they sometimes get disquieted, sometimes they get upset, sometimes they tend to quit, and we don't want that. We don't want them to quit over one thing that happened that was sometimes not in their control. So having accountability and support and collaboration matters. So I do two back-to-back programs. One is called the Winter and Summer Program, which I'll talk to you about the summer program right now. And that one has topics like branding, time blocking, prospecting, asking for business, canvassing, working your CRM, working with sellers. There's 10 classes that I do for that. And of course, the spring and fall program have the same underlying spirit, but it focuses on production, of course, how to do door knocking without being salesy, how to do phone canvassing, how to work with FISBOs and expireds, how to handle objections, how to use direct response marketing, mailers in your farming, what is a farming strategy, how to integrate your videos within your internet marketing and your prospecting. So as you can see, it's about 10 classes that are slightly different. But let's focus on this one, the summer program. It starts about June, first week, second week of June. First thing we need to realize, this is a reality. About 5% of agents end up developing what we call a production mindset. Production mindset simply means I have to go out into the world and learn how to interact with potential sellers, primarily sellers, because that's where the inventory is. And I'm going to convince them, if they're selling, to pick me. That's the mindset. We call that a production mindset. A lot of agents, though, when they come into the industry, they tend to hover at becoming order takers or customer service driven mindset, which simply means because they work with a lot of buyers, they tend to, want to show them properties, several properties until they find one. So they are basically kind of waiting for a client to work with, and then they work with them. So the distinction being, the prospector, the production person, goes out into the world and find the potential sellers to list their homes, and of course works with buyers as well. Whereas the exclusive buyer's agent or the customer service mindset agent tend to wait for the phone to service the client, to help them see the home, write the contract, do the paperwork. The challenge is, in our industry, believe it or not, we have way too many order takers than we have prospectors. And that's why the number of deals per agent tend to be low if you only focus on that. Whereas if you learn how to prospect, if you learn how to ask for business, if you learn how to engage, you tend to do better. And that's what this course is meant to do. This course is meant to get our agents outside their comfort zone. See, their comfort zone is natural, because if the phone rings and somebody says, hey, can you help me buy a home? Well, guess what? Our agents love that, because they're waiting for the order. And so they don't have to be aggressive. They don't have to be uncomfortable. They can always say, hey, you came to me, that kind of mindset. The challenge is we have about 1 million agents focusing, this is nationally, 1 million agents who only work with buyers, because they never learn how to actually farm a neighborhood, how to ask for business, how to use the phone to try to find sellers, how to use the phone to talk to FISBOs and expireds. And that's the challenge of our industry. This course is meant to make them uncomfortable and teaches them how to be comfortable about being uncomfortable so that they can build their confidence. When an agent learns to have confidence about their business, they always do better. And it's a mixture of scripts, recording your videos, talking to clients, rehearsing them with the success partners. It's that mindset that gets them to do better. So the summer 10-week program is basically 10 classes that have built into them how to learn to incorporate scripts, how to take a script for an open house and turn it into a listing appointment, how to use your CRM to follow up, because the first conversation is not always the final say. It takes sometimes 8 to 10 touches per client to get an appointment. How to brand yourself as a listing agent, not just a buyer's agent. How do you speak at the listing presentation? How do you time block your day to run your day properly as a prospector? How do you convert your leads and make sure that the appointments are happening, that they are not too far in the future that somebody ends up taking your clients away from you? It's basically developing the mindset of a listing agent. That doesn't mean that our agents have to only exclusively work with sellers. Absolutely not. Here's what I know. Listing agents get a lot of phone calls from buyers. So if you learn how to be a listing agent, you're going to have buyers to work with anyway. But if you only exclusively work with buyers, this business can be difficult. And these classes nudge them out of their comfort zone. In our industry, complacency is rampant. Now, we think that complacency comes because of laziness. I don't think it's laziness. It's our agents that have never developed the skill, the confidence to ask for business in a non-salesy way, in a non-manipulative way. They are afraid of the word no. There is a fear of rejection. And as brokers, as franchisees, as administrators, who are our clients? Well, believe it or not, it's not the buyers or the sellers. Our clients are our agents. So therefore, as brokers, we need to give them leadership. We have to show them how to fish, but they have to do the fishing. We have to show them how to, put the bait on the hook and where to go fishing and what type of things you need to use to catch the right fish. We have to show them that, right? But at the end of the day, they have to do the fishing. If a broker does the fishing for them and gives it to them, they don't learn how to fish. And guess what? They become dependent rather than interdependent. Interdependent is an agent who loves the broker, works with the brokerage, does very well, sometimes have challenges, they go to get coached. A good agent does not go to the broker to fix their problems. A good agent goes to the broker so that the broker can give him or her coaching. Tells them, hey, try this. Have you thought about doing that? If before you go to that neighborhood, why don't you put together a market report and let's review it? Why don't you do a video and place it on YouTube before you go meet with that client? These are all prospecting ideas. So we need to shift from dependent agent to interdependent agents, where the broker's role is to coach, nudge, and help them see a bigger picture. But the work is being done by the agents. A lot of our agents stay at home because they don't have a plan for their day. They don't know how to run their day properly. This is why they need to learn how to time block. Now, all of these classes that I'm going to be talking about, there's a total of 10 of them. All of the live sessions happen on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. There are 5 self-directed sessions and 5 live sessions. Let me tell you why I designed it that way. I find that committing an agent to an hour and 15 minutes class a week is good. It's sufficient. But also, that class cannot be just self-directed, meaning they do it on their own. Some of the classes, they have to come to the office. So I'll paint you a picture of how I work with the other brokers right now. The way we work is this way. Every 2 weeks, remember, there's a self-directed, meaning a session that the agents do by themselves, and then there's a live session. So every 2 weeks, the agents of the office who participate in this program will come to the office and take the class live from the office through video conferencing. And they are there. Hopefully the broker or the manager or somebody in the office, the person who works with the team is there as well, because it helps. And they're with me on one topic. So I'll give you one of the topics. How to use an open house to find listings. So you're going to do an open house on a Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. What can you do as well to find out future sellers in that neighborhood? How can you brand yourself as the local realtor, even though you're just doing an open house? How can you use that? What are the scripts? How do you talk about it? What are the systems? What are the approaches? How do you talk to people about on the phone? How to talk to people face to face, so that you plant a seed in their mind that if they're thinking about selling, they will pick you. We call that using an open house as a prospecting activity or a canvassing activity. So we do a class for about an hour. And then what happens? I give them homework, because remember, there's accountability. And one of the accountabilities, they have to take the script that they've learned. They have to tweak it, change it up a bit. And then they have to record themselves doing a video saying that script, which is uncomfortable. But that's the whole point. The whole point is that in that discomfort, they find out that they have confidence. Oh, I survived. I was able to do it. So once they feel like, okay, I took this step, it worked. Now the fear doesn't go away, but it diminishes. It doesn't have them. It starts going down. Then I ask them to do one more thing. I ask them to take that video and record it and put it in a private, hidden Facebook group. It's a Facebook group that I designed only for the people in this class. So every 3 months, there's a new group that I form, and only the people who are in that class can see each other's videos. Why is that? So not only do we learn from us doing the thing, we learn when somebody else is doing it. And you go, ooh, I like the way Sally said it. That's a good idea. I'm going to use that in my next prospecting video. So that's the mindset. So there's 5 live sessions. There's 5 self-directed sessions. So the commitment on the agent is once a week. Can an agent incorporate, especially if they're full-time, an hour of coaching and training per week? Yes, they can. Therefore, by the way, these classes are not outside their business. They are part of their business, because they're learning how to run their business. So they're taking on-the-job training. So they're taking these ideas and going out there and applying them. That's the mindset. So the first self-directed session is during the first week of June. The first live session is June 14th, and we alternate every week that way. So these are the dates. Like I told you, the live sessions are in your office with your agents at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, every other Wednesday. Now, the topics. There's so many of them. And by the way, not only do I give them the 10 sessions, I give them also bonus videos to build their confidence on how to become better at asking for business, better at handling rejection, better at not falling apart, better at planning their day, better at thinking about their business. It's all about mindset. So these are some of the topics. They learn how to develop what's called a production mindset, meaning get the business, go fishing. They learn how to have structure to their day. My approach about time blocking is very simple. I don't think our agents should time block their whole day. Here's what I tell them, and I show them how to do it methodically. If they time block 2 to 3 hours a day and stick to those 2 3 hours, the rest of the day will fill itself. You do not have to time block the whole day. I teach them how to phone canvas. Did you know that a lot of our agents are afraid of the phone? I mean, some of them don't answer the phones. And if they answer the phones, they don't have what's called the right follow-up scripts. Well, guess what? We need to give them open-ended questions to be able to talk to people that way. We need to teach them how to handle the phone. But the most important part, they need to learn to also how to dial out. How do you call someone you don't know? And in the process of having a conversation that is about value, not sales, you may end up with the potential of a referral or a potential of a listing appointment. Our agents have not been taught enough how to phone canvas or how to use the phone properly. Our agents are afraid of door knocking because they only see the boogeyman. No one teaches them that when you go door knocking, you're not looking for sales. You're there to help people, and you need to know how to speak it. Once you give them a script that they can tweak, they become better. So they learn how to do what's called neighborhood canvassing, how to develop a resilience mindset, how to overcome procrastination, how to integrate a proper CRM in your business, how to think about farming for the long term to generate listings. Those are some of the topics. And by the way, just to give you an idea, you will also see that in that page that I've given you, the one that shows you the whole course, there is what's called session details and calendar for the summer 2023 program. And you will see I spell out each session. I spell out the topic and the description. So each self-directed session, remember, self-directed simply means they do that class on their own. When you register to the program, you will give me a roster of participants. I don't expect all of your agents in your office to participate. Some of them are very accomplished. So let's say you have 20 agents in your office. Maybe you have 5 or 6 who will choose to do this the right way. Now, those 5 or 6, you will give me their roster. I'll have their name, phone number, email address, and I will be in touch with them about the self-directed sessions, but also because they are in the Facebook group, they'll be interacting with other agents in the office, in your office or other offices. So they're learning from other people in your office and other people who are participating in the course. And each session has a topic. It's about the self-directed sessions are about an hour-ish, and the live sessions are an hour and 15 minutes. So these are all of the topics. I spelled them out here. There's the date and time. You can look at it when you go to that link that I showed you earlier, and you'll be able to see what I'm going to be covering. I cover quite a bit. Now, what else should you know? I ask your agents to sign a pledge. Now, why do I ask them to sign a pledge? Well, I'm a big believer in ownership. See, our agents are not employees, but also they're not children. They're adults. They are people that are in our care. They're people we have to take care of in the sense that we give them power. We empower them to own their business. Real estate is an entrepreneurial endeavor. Real estate is for entrepreneurs. Therefore, you need to learn how to own your business. If you don't, then you develop the mindset of waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. Yes, you are correct. If you're new to the business, you want somebody to, show you the way. And you guys do a fabulous job as brokers, as administrators, as managers of the office, as franchisees. You guys do a great job showing them the way. I add another layer. I show them strategies on how to do their business. But at the end of the day, if they don't own their business, they're not going to take the action. They have to become what's called self-motivated. They have to learn how to have accountability that is external, meaning you report to someone so that you get better, but you also have self-accountability, self-discipline, something that makes you do the things when no one is watching. You are the boss of your business. So that's the mindset that we develop. That's why I asked them to sign a pledge. And you may be asking, what does the pledge look like? I'll show it to you right now. This is the pledge. The pledge is basically a document, a PDF document that asks them to sign. They don't have to sign it to take the classes, but I find that those who do have what's called ownership of their business. And when they have ownership of their business, they tend to do better. So I describe the course, and then I have them sign the pledge, and I have them turn it over to the broker. They don't turn it over to me. They turn it to you, the broker, or the admin, or the franchisee. And basically, these are the people who are going to take the class as a boot camp. What do I mean by that? Well, they pledge to attend every session. They pledge to work well with others. They pledge to have a success partner, and they pledge to track their numbers. So they basically take ownership. This is what they will read. I pledge to turn off my phone. I pledge to join the Facebook group. I pledge to pick a book to read. I give them choices. I give them 3 choices. I'm a firm believer, if you read, you expand your mind. If you expand your mind, you always do better. So the book that I recommend for this course is called Atomic Habits by James Clear, but they may have read it, so I give them another 2, like the E-Myth Revisited, Organized Tomorrow Today, etc. And you can recommend the book. It really doesn't matter to me what the book is, as long as it's a business book that helps you expand your mind. I'm totally fine with that. They pledge to do their assignment to the best of their ability. They pledge to make sure that they review their business plan with you mid-year. They pledge to watch the first self-directed video. That's the mindset of the pledge. And again, the pledge was not designed as punishment. The pledge was designed to create ownership. When our agents own up to their business, they don't complain as much. When they come to you, they're not looking for a handout. They're looking for coaching. They're looking for, show me, can you give me your thoughts on this? How can I do better with this? See, that's the type of agent you want in your office. And an agent who is willing to go out into the world, do the work, but then comes back to the ship and says, I need some coaching. I need some direction. I did this listing presentation. I didn't think I got it very well. Can you help me through it? That's the mindset we're looking for. And that's why I created that Facebook group, so that they can collaborate with one another. Now, in your office, you have 3 types of agents. You have new agents, people who have not had a lot of production. They're just started. Now, those agents, a lot of the brokers I work with, I'm not saying they make this course mandatory, but they make their agents make sure they attend every session. Because at the beginning, if you don't know how to speak the language of real estate, if you don't know how to approach a FSBO, if you don't know how to approach a homeowner, you will be scared. And the fear can hold you back. And guess what? When the fear holds you back, you're just waiting for your broker to give you a buyer to work with. That's not how you grow your career. You got to learn how to hustle. You got to learn how to go out there. So you have one group of agents who are brand new. Most brokers I work with, who keeps bringing me back for this program, require my course because they know it's going to give them a good foundation. They learn to no longer be scared. They learn how to build their confidence, and they have systems. By the time they finish the course, they have a binder that has all of these ideas, all of these scripts that they can use and deploy in their business. You have another set of agents who've been around a while, but they're not doing as well. They could do better. You may want to sit with them and say, hey, since things are not going your way, can you consider taking this class? Now remember, this is a flat fee course. Whether you have 5 agents in your office joining my class or 25 agents of your office joining my class, it's the same fee. So there's no additional fee. But a lot of agents who've been around a long time tend to think they know everything, yet they're not producing things. They have a blockage of some sort. Some of them may do well with some of my classes. They may not take all of them, but there could be a catalyst from just one of them, how to develop the mindset of a production mindset. How do you develop that mindset? Sometimes just that. Sometimes just giving them a better plan for their day, they do better. So you have those agents. And then you have the producers, the one who do well. Of course, you don't want to make them do the course. That makes no sense. You let them audit the class. Audit the class. Hey, you pop in. Hey, I'll tell you each week what class we're doing. You want to pop in and join us? Join us. You don't want to because you're busy with your business? Keep doing your business. So really, this is a collaboration between you, the franchisee and admin and managing broker, and myself. You have to decide for whom it works. I work with a broker who has 60 agents, but each class he only has about 8. And these are his most recent 8 or 7 who are new, and maybe one person who is struggling, they take the class. He doesn't impose it on all of them. And that makes sense. Just let them know that you have this course available in your class. You're saying, but Key, why don't you just make it all recording and then we'll give them the video to watch? Here's what happens. They don't watch them. If I was convinced that they watch the videos as though they were live, I would tell you, why would I do live sessions? I find that when they come to the class and they sit together and it's happening at that time, and there's a live instruction where they can ask questions and interact, and kind of, there's like an event. When they do that, first of all, their attention is in the class. And then after the class, the broker and the agents are working together on what they just learned. They tend to do better. This idea that training is the same as watching Netflix is false. There are places for self-directed videos. That's why I give them 5 self-directed. But the live ones are more valuable because you're making a commitment to show up, you're making a commitment to work on it, and your mind is there. You're in the office working there. So this is why you want them to be in the office with you. We need to bring them back to the ship where they work together with you. This idea that our agents have self-discipline working by themselves in their homes is flawed. It worked for a while because the pandemic caused us to have to do that. But agents do better when they work with other people. Most of them, not all of them. Now, how much is the program? The program is $3,000 for the whole office. Flat fee for the 3 months. And I have an agreement with Exit. If I get 10 Exit offices to participate, the flat fee comes down to $1,250. So think of it this way. It is about less than $500 per month. Not even that. Did you know that there are coaches who coach twice a month, and they charge $500 to $600 per agent? So ask yourself, is there a value proposition here? A lot of the brokers who are always adding agents and growing see that there's a value proposition. Of course, it is really up to you. So I kept it as affordable as possible, but also layered in it multiple things. It's not just the live sessions. It's not just the self-directed sessions and the bonus sessions. It's also the interaction, the homework, the Facebook group that they join. By the way, let me show you what the Facebook group looks like. It looks like this. So when they join the class, I take them to a Facebook group. Some of you who've taken my courses before know what it looks like. This is the Facebook group. It is private and it is hidden. So in this group here, we have 100 agents participating. And as you go down, you will see this. For example, this is the week's class that they're going through. And you'll see in this one, Brianne doing her video. And her video is from a script that she learned, and now she's applying. This one is from Jennifer Thompson. Same idea. She took a class, learned the script. I asked them to write their own version of it, and they record it. In fact, let me show you the panel of all of the media. These are the videos that all of the agents have done so far. But they're meant for two reasons. On one level, there's a discomfort to do them that you overcome by doing them, but you're working on a specific script. So you're forcing yourself to learn that script. I'm not saying you have to memorize it. You can read it out loud, but it forces you to actually practice what you're learning. And as you practice what you're learning, it forces you to learn faster because you took an action. And this is why all of these videos that you're watching here that are being done by the agents are meant to make you uncomfortable in a private group, but at the same time, build your confidence. What else should you know? Well, when you register, you'll get the program agreement. I'll send you an invoice. Then, I'll send you the first welcome email to send to your agents. I'll give you a video that is meant for your agents to watch so that they can know what to expect. And then once you send me the roster of participants, then you get the login to the classes and the web pages that has the private videos and all of that. I also give you, in the few cases where some of your agents maybe are sick or out of town, some of them, but still they want to be in the class, I give you up to 3 additional, no fee added links to your agents. They have to notify me so they can be let in. There's a form they fill out, and each office gets an additional 3 Zoom links for the agents who happen not to be able to attend that week for some valid reason. Of course, you're the one who has to decide whether it's a valid reason or not. I'm done explaining it. Hopefully, I've done a good job explaining it. Hopefully, I give you a sense of what I'm after. I think you understand what I'm after. Production, production, production. Our agents need to start stacking their listings, not just with buyers, but also learning how to fish, how to get listings. I hope you consider this class, and I hope I will see you in one of my programs. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being with me. Take care.